Dear students, now I am going to start the 4th semester zoology unit 6 human endocrine glands. Today I am going to discuss about the hormones of pituitary, that too the hormones of the adenohypophysis. So what are endocrine glands? Endo means within, crinine means to secrete. So endocrine glands are ductless glands. They secrete chemical messengers called hormones, which released directly to blood. Hormones bring chemical coordination of bodily functions. So there are two types of coordinations or regulations in the body. So the one is the chemical coordination, which is brought by the hormones or endocrine glands. Then another is the nervous coordination or regulation brought by the nervous system. Hormones, so that is the word coined by Baylis and Starling, that is the meaning to set motion. So hormones are organic substances secreted by endocrine glands. They release it directly to blood, which bring specific response or action in target organs. So these hormones are secreted by the endocrine glands, for example pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, like that. They bring a specific action in somewhere part of the body, that is for example pituitary secretion, for example FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Their action is on the gonad, that is the either the testis or the ovary. So this is how they are released into the blood directly without any duct, and you can see these are the several hormones you will circulating in the circulation, and they they'll be bring a specific action in their target organs, because target cells, they can recognize these chemicals with the help of their surface receptors. So hormones are chemical messengers circulate in the body, brings chemical coordination. So hormones coordinate the physiological functions like respiration, metabolism, then digestion, reproduction, excretion, all this. And behavior, even the behavior of the animal, it is controlled by the hormones. So physiology and behavior of an animal is coordinated by integrating and controlling its the several bodily functions. So the chemical coordination present between the cells or different organs of the body. So it is in between the cells, the coordinations, or else between different organs or different organs of the body or the systems of the body of multicellular organisms. In this kind, the coordination of group of cells release specific chemicals which regulate the activities of the other cell of the body. So the endocrine cells in the pituitary, they regulate the functioning of the adrenal gland, or else the testes, or else the ovary, or else the thyroid, like that. Hormones are highly reactive biological substance, very effective at there is you can see the amount of hormones secreted, that is something like 10 to the power of minus 5 gram per day. This is something like it's in terms of micrograms, they are very effective, or picograms. Just imagine 5 to 6 liters of blood. In this, a microgram or picogram of a hormone can bring the specific reaction. So the single hormone can bring multiple function. So for example the insulin, it is having multiple function. It brings the glucose absorption by the bodily cells. It can bring the glycogenesis. It can bring lipogenesis. So many functions you will find. So they maintain the homeostasis of the body, the steady state of internal environment. So with respect to the physiological functions, for example the body blood composition, blood pH, fluidity of the blood, viscosity of the blood. So all these are maintained by the hormones. So similarly the rate of metabolism, so the digestion rate, absorption rate, so many things you can say, all physiological activities and behavioral behavior of the animals, they are controlled by the hormones. So hormones bring behavior, thermoregulation, the constant body temperature, migration, parental care. So many activities of the animals, they are regulated by chemical messengers or the hormones. So the hormones of the human body can be structurally divided into three groups. Protein hormones. Majority hormones are protein in nature. Pituitary hormones. Hormones of islets of Langerhans, insulin, glucagon, then somatostatin, all this. Then the neurohormones. So neurohormones secreted from the hypothalamus. Then so many you can see the hormones are protein in nature. For example, this is a very small polypeptide. It is having 8 amino acids. This is what you can see, oxytocin. It is a protein hormone. Or else they are in the steroid hormones, testosterone, all the testis hormone, testosterone, then ovary hormones, estrogen, progesterone, then adrenal cortex hormones, cortisol, aldosterone. All these are steroid hormones. They are synthesized from basic substance, cholesterol. All sex hormones and hormones of adrenal cortex. Or else they may be in amines in nature. They are the derivatives of amino acids. So these are adrenal medulla hormones, adrenaline, epinephrine, then hormones of posterior pituitary, oxytocin, vasopressin. They are you can see the neurotransmitters. These are all of amines in nature. So these are just to show the human endocrine glands, hypothalamus. This is also endocrine gland. It is you can see, you can call it as the you can see the superior endocrine gland, which is controlling other endocrine gland, including pituitary. We call pituitary as the master gland because it controls the other endocrine glands. Then the pineal gland, thyroid gland you will find in the neck, parathyroid that is present inside the thyroid, then the thymus gland near in the chest region, then adrenal gland above the kidney, then the kidney is also a endocrine gland, pancreas. So it is having endocrine gland, islets of Langerhans, ovary, uterus, testis, all these are the endocrine glands. There are not, these are the, they are functioning as a recognized endocrine glands. Other than that, the scattered endocrine cells are also present in stomach. There are so many hormones are produced in the in the stomach. Then in the small intestine some endocrine cells are there. In the liver also, kidney, heart, placenta. There are more than 100 hormones are produced in the placenta. Skin, adipose tissue. So there are many the endocrine cells are present, scattered in the body. So they bring chemical coordination. So now I am going to discuss about pituitary. It is called hypophysis because it is present in the ventral base of the brain. That's why it is called hypophysis. So the pituitary gland is protected inside a bony capsule, which is called sella turcica. So it is you can see it is attached to the part of the brain, that is the hypothalamus, through a stalk like structure. So this is the pituitary gland of your body. Pituitary gland is attached to the hypothalamus part of the brain through a infundibulum. This is, so it consists of two lobes. So the adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. So adenohypophysis anterior lobe, neurohypophysis is the posterior lobe. So hormones of pituitary gland are called trophic hormones because, or trophins, because they nourish or they regulate the functions of the other hormones. They are responsible for the secretions of the other endocrine glands. That's why they are nourishing hormones which regulate the growth and functioning of other endocrine glands. So these hormones of pituitary gland, they regulate growth and functioning of the other endocrine glands. You will see this is the adenohypophysis, anterior pituitary, the hormones LH, FSH. So they are controlling the testis, ovaries, ACTH controlling the the hormones of adrenal cortex, then TSH, which control the hormones of the TSH. That's why they are called trophins. They are control the growth and functioning of the other endocrine glands. So then neurohypophysis, they secrete vasopressin and oxytocin. So pituitary gland, there are two parts, you know, even that this is the adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis is a extension of the hypothalamus region. The adenohypophysis is attached to the neurohypophysis. Both these, even though they are a single endocrine structure, but the functionally, physiologically, structurally, histologically, embryologically, they are two different structure. Even though they function as a they remain as a single unit, they are both are as though they are different endocrine glands. So this the anterior pituitary adenohypophysis, they secrete 7 hormones. So the first 4 hormones are called the trophic hormones. They regulate the function of the other endocrine glands. Then posterior pituitary, it is the extension of the brain, or else neurohypophysis. It secretes or it releases 2 hormones. We discuss here today only these the anterior pituitary hormones or hormones of the adenohypophysis. They are, you know, the thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotrophic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, growth hormone, prolactin, melanocyte stimulating hormone. These are the 7 hormones secreted by the anterior pituitary or adenohypophysis. The first one, growth hormone. So adenohypophysis hormone, which is the name itself, it brings all types of growth related activities of the body. So cell growth, mitosis, protein synthesis, it stimulates the growth of the the bones and the muscles. They bring the breakdown of the fats and utilize this energy for the development, the development of the bones, cartilage, muscles. So these encourage cells to use fats for fuel, glycogenesis, create new glucose, that is the glyconeogenesis. It stimulates, you can see the it regulates all types of growth related activities. That is what you can see, the growth hormone. So they are in turn, they are controlled by the hypothalamus growth releasing hormone. So the growth hormone, whenever there is the titer, the hormone amount increases in the blood, it is controlled by the another hormone, that is the growth hormone inhibiting hormone, that is also released from the hypothalamus. So what happens whenever there is the hypersecretion and hyposecretion of these hormones? The hyposecretion or decreased amount of growth hormones among children, it causes the dwarfism. Dwarf people, they are just about 2 feet, you will see in this picture. Then similarly, the hypersecretion in children, pituitary hormone, that is the growth hormone, it brings the gigantism. So the people about 8 feet long. So this is the hypo and hypersecretion among children. What happens? The hyposecretion in the adults. Hyposecretion of the growth hormone in adults, it is bringing early aging, or else it is called Simon's disease. In their 30 or 40s, they look like 70s or 80s, like, So it is called the Simon's disease, or else early salinity or aging, you can see. Then hypersecretion in adults, it is not bringing the proportionate growth of the body, it brings the acromegaly. It is a disproportionate growth in the body. You can see here the person, because of hypersecretion of the growth hormone in adult, it is you can see the enlarged tongue, so he cannot closes his mouth. So similarly, in the enlargement of the nose, or else the jaw, or else a finger you will find here. So this is called acromegaly. So disproportionate growth in the terminal portion of the body, either the hand, nose, jaw, like that. Next, you can see the tropic hormones. They regulate the function of the other hormone, other endocrine glands. So those are TSH. So the thyroid stimulating hormone, ACTH, adrenocortex stimulating hormone. Then FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Then LH, luteinizing hormone. So the first TSH. So it is secreted by the adenohypophysis, which is it is controlling the growth of the thyroid follicles, and also the thyroxine T4 and T3 release in the body. So they are in turn, TSH of the adenohypophysis regulated by the hypothalamus thyroid releasing hormone. They are inhibited by negative feedback. Whenever the thyroid hormones increase in the blood, immediately there is the inhibition of the TSH secretion occurs. So this is called negative feedback. So what happens when there is a hypersecretion of thyroid stimulating hormone? It brings the Graves' disease or exophthalmic goiter, protruded eyeballs you will find. Then ACTH, the adenohypophysis secrete adrenocorticotrophic hormone, which control the adrenal cortex growth and the release of mineralocorticoids and glucocorticoids from the adrenal gland. So it is controlled by hypothalamic corticotrophic releasing hormone, and it is inhibited by the negative feedback. When there is an increase in ACTH or else cortisol in the blood, immediately hypothalamus stops synthesizing CRH, that is the corticotrophic releasing hormone. In turn, the ACTH is controlled. So what happens? Hypersecretion of ACTH, which brings the Cushing disease. You can see the Cushing disease, obesity of trunk, face, buttocks, then the moon face. You can see so this is called abnormal deposition of the fat. So this is due to the hypersecretion of the ACTH. What happens? Hyposecretion. Hyposecretion of ACTH, Addison's disease. So it is Addison's disease, physical weakness, then the dark patches on the skin. So you can see the weight loss. So all these weakness, all this you can see the Addison's disease. Next, follicle stimulating hormone. So it is secreted by the adenohypophysis. It is the target organ is the follicles of the ovary. So the development of the Graafian follicle, this is the immature ovary, follicle, and this is the mature follicle. So this is brought by the follicle stimulating hormone. In case of testis, the FSH brings the spermatogenesis, the sperm production. So this is regulated by negative feedback. Next, the luteinizing hormone secreted by the pituitary. So the luteinizing hormone, it brings the releasing of the developed ovum from the Graafian follicle. It is the process is called ovulation. Further, after ovulated, the follicle develop into another endocrine structure. This is called corpus luteum, which starts secreting progesterone. So all these are under the control of luteinizing hormone. In testis, or in the case of male, so the luteinizing hormone, it is regulating the interstitial cells. These cells are the cells which are between the you can see the seminiferous tubules. They secrete sex hormones and androgen or testosterone. They are under the regulation of luteinizing hormone. Then the prolactin. The prolactin is the one which is important for the growth of the mammary glands and the production of the milk. So, and also it is having one hormone with multiple function: parental care, nesting behavior in birds, what you have studied last sem, migration. So then crop milk production, plumage pattern of the birds. So all these are regulated by this PRL. The main function is prolactin. They synthesize the development and synthesis of the milk, the development of the mammary glands. Then the last hormone from the adenohypophysis, melanocyte stimulating hormone. So this melanin synthesis on the skin. So the melanophores or melanocytes are present in the skin. So the synthesis of melanin and their spreading. So as you are exposed to the sun rays, you will become dark because the melanin going to spread on your skin. So it protects the UV rays. So all these under the control of MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone. So this is about the hormones of adenohypophysis. Thank you.